Okay, listen, imagine waking up one day, scrolling through your feed, and boom, there's Johnny Depp, standing next to a giant canvas, splattered in paint, holding a brush like a cigarette. Not for a movie role. Not for a promo shoot. Nope. For real. Because he's now, officially, a painter. And I mean that literally. His new art collection just dropped. And wow, people are losing their minds over it. Half the internet is calling it bold, emotional, deeply personal, like a peek into the soul of one of Hollywood's most misunderstood actors. The other half? Not so kind. Some are saying it looks like a toddler had an existential crisis on canvas. One comment even joked, Basquiat's probably trying to break out of the grave just to stop this. But here's the thing, it doesn't even matter what anyone says, because guess what? These paintings are selling. Like, really selling. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars per piece. And they're selling out fast. Now, let's pause. Because I know what you're thinking. Wait. Johnny Depp? The pirate guy? The one from Edward Scissorhands? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? He paints. Yeah. He paints. He's been doing it for years, actually. But only recently has he stepped into the spotlight as an artist, in the professional sense. No more hiding behind hotel room sketches or private studio sessions. This time, he's putting his work out there, on walls, in galleries, and on social media where the world can judge every single brushstroke. And that's what's happening right now. Now, I'll admit, when I first heard about it, I thought, okay, this is probably just another celeb side project. Like perfume lines, or wine brands, or a podcast no one asked for. But then I saw the paintings. And you know what? They're weird. Some are intense. Some are emotional. Some I still don't really understand. But one thing's for sure, they make you feel something. There's this one piece, it's a warped portrait of Hunter S. Thompson, the late journalist Depp was close to. And it's loud. Bright colors, almost aggressive in how it looks back at you. You can tell it wasn't painted for likes or aesthetics. It's raw. It's messy. It's emotional. Kind of like Depp himself, honestly. Another one looks like a distorted cartoon character, something between a clown and a broken puppet. The eyes are huge, and they follow you around like they're hiding a story you'll never quite get to hear. It's eerie. But in a way, kind of beautiful. And here's the wild part. These aren't just experimental doodles. These are actual gallery pieces, being displayed alongside established modern artists. And again, they're selling. Big time. Now, let's talk about why. Is it because the art is incredible? Maybe. But more likely, it's the name. It's the myth of Johnny Depp. Because when people buy his art, they're not just buying colors on canvas. They're buying the story, the mystery, the legacy. They're buying a piece of him. Let's face it. Depp isn't just a movie star. He's a symbol of rebellion. Of being misunderstood. Of standing outside the system and doing things your own way. And in the art world, especially today, that matters. A lot. Art isn't just about talent anymore. It's about identity. Presence. Emotion. The story behind the brush. That's why a painting by Johnny Depp will always carry more weight than one by John Smith from Kansas, even if the technique's the same. Because people connect with the artist as much as the artwork. And that's exactly what's happening here. His fans, loyal, passionate, protective, see this as an extension of who he is. They're not just buying art. They're supporting their icon. They're celebrating his journey. After everything he's been through, the lawsuits, the media scandals, the fall from Hollywood's graces, they see this as a kind of rebirth. A way for Johnny to say, I'm still here. And I have something to say. Now, not everyone's clapping. Some people think it's all hype. That if Johnny Depp weren't famous, his art would be hanging in a gas station bathroom, not a high-end gallery. And honestly, that's a fair point. A lot of celebrity art walks this weird line between genuine creativity and overpriced fan merch. But here's where it gets interesting. In the gallery world, emotion sells. Stories sell. Pain, passion, chaos, that's what collectors want. And Johnny's work is full of it. Every canvas feels like a chapter from his life. And whether you're into it or not, you can't deny the honesty behind it. And this isn't new, by the way. We've seen this before. Think of other celebrities turned artists, Jim Carrey, Anthony Hopkins, even Sylvester Stallone. Some of their work is actually stunning. Others, maybe not so much. But the point is, there's always an audience. Always someone who's drawn to the emotion more than the skill. And speaking of emotions, let's take a second to look at the art itself. What does it actually feel like? A lot of Depp's paintings have this dreamlike quality. Like, you're looking at a memory that's been broken into pieces and glued back together with glitter and sorrow. The colors are bold, lots of reds, deep blues, electric yellows. The lines aren't always clean, but that's the point. There's a sense of unrest, of internal conflict. You can almost feel the pressure in each stroke. Like the canvas is holding on to something heavy. It's chaotic, yeah. But maybe that's the point. Because Johnny's life has been chaotic. Public relationships, legal drama, addiction, fame, his story isn't clean. So why would his art be? Some fans even say it's therapeutic. Like he's healing through his work. Letting go of pain, layer by layer. And honestly, that's powerful. Now let's talk about the art market. The truth is, celebrity sells. Period. And in today's world, art collectors are just as interested in buzz as they are in brushstrokes. A painting by Johnny Depp will spark conversations. It will make headlines. It will make people stop and look. And let's be real, how many pieces of art can do that? Even some gallery owners have admitted it. They say his art has presence. That it carries weight. That it pulls people in. One curator even said, "You're not just buying a painting. You're buying a moment in pop culture." And they're not wrong. Because in a world where everything is content, every post, every tweet, every headline, Johnny's art stands out. It doesn't blend in. And in the gallery scene, that's gold. And while some folks think it's all just celebrity privilege, others argue it's bravery. Think about it. It takes guts to create something personal and put it out there. Especially when you know the world is ready to tear you apart. Johnny could have taken the safe route. He could have quietly painted in some tucked-away studio in his home, surrounded by candles, books, and maybe a guitar humming softly in the background. He could have created art just for himself. Something personal, something private, something that nobody else would ever see. After all, he's Johnny Depp. He didn't need to share this side of himself with the world. His fame, his movies, his music, they've already made him a global icon. He could have leaned on that image forever and never risked anything new. But he didn't. Instead, he chose to step into a completely different arena. One where fame doesn't always help you, and sometimes, it actually works against you. In the art world, the rules are different. Critics can be brutal. Collectors can be cold. And the internet? Well, the internet is the internet. It's ready to praise you one second and tear you apart the next. Still, Johnny showed up. He opened the door to a part of himself that fans hadn't seen before. He said, "Here's what I've been working on. This is what's been living inside my head. These are the images I see, the colors I feel, the stories I carry." And just like that, he invited the world in. That's not easy to do. It's actually terrifying. Because when you show someone your art, real art, not just something polished and produced, you're showing them your vulnerability. You're revealing the parts of yourself that don't fit into interviews or magazine covers. You're handing over your fears, your memories, your dreams, and hoping, just hoping, that someone out there will understand. And Johnny didn't do it halfway. He didn't hold back. The paintings aren't neat. They aren't safe. They're strange, raw, almost uncomfortable at times. Some have warped figures with oversized eyes. Others are so chaotic they almost vibrate off the canvas. There's one that genuinely looks like a clown crying into a mirror, and it hits you right in the gut. Not because it's beautiful in a traditional sense, but because it feels honest. It feels like pain. Confusion. Maybe even regret. Or just exhaustion from being so many things to so many people for so long. That kind of honesty in art. It's rare. Most people, especially celebrities, prefer to show only the polished versions of themselves. The glossy, filtered, perfectly curated images. But here, Johnny's doing the opposite. He's saying, here's the mess. Here's the chaos. Here's the beauty in the breakdown. And that takes courage. Because people might laugh. They might criticize. They might say, this isn't real art. But Johnny still put it out there. He took the risk. He stood behind every piece and said, take it or leave it. And for that alone, it deserves respect. Because at the end of the day, art is supposed to make you feel something. And whether you're moved, confused, inspired, or unsettled, if a painting can do that, if it can stir something real inside you, then it's done its job. And that's exactly what Johnny's art is doing. So what does all this mean? Honestly, it means art is evolving. It means we're living in a time where the lines between celebrity, creativity, and expression are more blurred than ever. It means that maybe, just maybe, it's not about being a perfect artist, it's about being an honest one. And that's something Johnny Depp is doing in spades. Now here's a question for you: if Johnny wasn't famous, if you walked into a small gallery and saw one of his paintings hanging on the wall, would it move you? Would you stop and stare? Or would you walk right past it, thinking it was just another random piece? Be real. Drop a comment. Let's have the conversation. And while we're on the topic, don't forget to check out the next video. We're talking about the craziest celebrity side hustles you've never even heard of. Like, I'm talking goats, haunted doll museums, private cults, okay, maybe not cults. But close. If you enjoyed this video, or if you're just curious about how far celebrity influence can really go, smash that like button. Hit subscribe. Ring the bell. All the usual stuff. But do it because you want more of this, real talk, honest takes, and a little dose of chaos. Because hey, if Johnny Depp's painting of a depressed rabbit wearing sunglasses can sell for more than your yearly rent, then seriously, anything is possible. Catch you next time.